Hi, my name is Hannah and I'm doing a short tutorial on the Bigshot. Whether you're considering buying or having just bought this product, the first question most ask is, what is compatible and what sandwiches do I use? This is a universal machine, which means it is pretty much compatible with everything out there. There are two versions of the Bigshot, the electronic and the hand crank. Both work the same way. The only difference is one is automatic and the other you use by hand. Both machines come with a platform. This right here has two tabs for different sandwich recipes and two acrylic plates. These will eventually need replacing, but should last quite a while. Here are a few of the products we can use. You can use anything from a wafer thin to about an inch thick. There is a Spellbinder Nesties, which can be used together to recreate a frame or by itself for the full shape. Then you have the stamp and die sets, different embossing folders. These both pretty much are the same thickness, so in most cases they'll use the same sandwich. And then we have the big die. I think that's about 3/4 of an inch thick. I also have this little die for the Cuttlebug machine. Now let's get to the sandwiches. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the sandwich for the nestabilities. You will need the platform, all tabs down, one acrylic plate on top of the tabs. Then you are going to place your piece of paper, and then you will do your die. These, you will see the cutting edge is right here, that little rim. This will need to be face down on top of your paper in order to cut it. And I can just cut this by itself, or I can get the next circle, the next size down, and place it in here to create a frame. Now some of you might be afraid that that'll slip, and it can. So you just need a small piece of masking tape or washi tape. I use Eclipse tape. It's a very thin masking tape. It doesn't hurt the paper at all. It's just a little piece, enough to hold it in place so it doesn't slide around while trying to put it on the machine. And then you will put your top acrylic plate, and that is the sandwich for the nestabilities. Now, for the stamp and die sets, or at least this wafer thin one here, it's the exact same sandwich. You will need the platform, one acrylic plate, your piece of paper with the stamp already done, and then your die. And just line it up like this, and you can use that same piece of masking tape that you used for the other one, just enough to hold it in place so it doesn't slide around, and place your second acrylic plate on. Now the next one I'm going to show you is for the big die. This will not require any platform. The only thing you will use is the acrylic plates. So I'm going to grab one acrylic plate here, and this will go on your machine. And then you will put down the die face up or face down. This one doesn't matter, just as long as there's an acrylic plate on both sides of it. You're going to put your piece of paper and then your second plate. And there you have the sandwich for the big die. Next I'm going to show you the embossing folders. For most embossing folders, they're usually about the same thickness no matter what brand, so you can pretty much use the same sandwich for all of them. So I'm going to show you the Cuttlebug. We're going to pull back this first tab here, place down our acrylic plate, and then we are going to open this up and lay your piece of paper in. Now you'll notice I'm putting the paper on the bottom part, and the top part with the words is going to be on the top. The bottom part is what pushes up the design. So if you have like a pattern paper, you want to make sure you have it on the right side. And a lot of people have said that it will ruin the folder if you run the folder with the folded side in first, it could eventually crack and break your folder. So always run it with the open ends facing inwards first. So here we have our sandwich, and we need one more plate. We're going to leave this tab hanging as we run it through the machine, and that is the sandwich for your embossing folders. And finally, we have this little itty bitty Cuttlebug die. It's a little thicker than the wafer thin dies, so we are again going to have to use this with one tab open. We're going to place one acrylic plate down, our die, piece of paper, and the second plate, and run it through. A quick note on the tabs here. The first tab is for things like wafer thin dies. The second tab is for things that are just a little bit thicker. You'll notice that there's actually some sandwiches listed on here. These are for mostly the Sizzix products. So I do have a couple Sizzix dies, but they won't be necessary to show you. And so we have our tab 1, tab 2, and here we have some more. These are all the ones that we use on this tab. And then for our final plate here, platform without any of the tabs, is for things like chipboard and very thick materials. And so there you have your die cuts and embossing folder sandwiches. And now I will show you the results. And here is the final result of all our dies. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.